So to start, I think I gotta go back about dang, 8 years. It's been 8 years. So it all started with Valencia College. I don't know if you've ever heard about that. I don't know if you ever lived in Orlando, Florida. No, you're lucky. So at Valencia, I took this class. It was an SLS class. I don't know if you've ever had one of those. It's like a student introduction, mandatory to take. I was kind of bummed out when I learned that I had to take it. But honestly, I wasn't bummed out that I took it after I finished it because we had these projects, and one of them stood out. It was the Purpose Project, where we talked about what we felt our purpose was, our purpose in life, what we wanted to do in life. And I remember very vividly, even though it was 8 years ago, saying that my purpose I felt was living a life that I loved and a life that I was happy living in where I made people happy and I made people feel loved. And I'm probably thinking it's pretty basic, making people feel loved. How are you gonna do that by pursuing this? Well, maybe I won't make people feel loved directly, but I hope the story that the characters that I make come up with tell stories that make people feel happy, and that my art makes people feel happy. That it's like aesthetically pleasing, it's satisfying, whatever. Um, so that's what I felt like my purpose was, and I think that I've fulfilled it so far. I I wouldn't trade art for anything in the world because it's just another way of expressing your feelings, and it's like no other. So yeah, there was that SLS class, and then at Valencia I actually got my associates in arts. I went to Valencia for 2.5 years. Could have been two if I hadn't worked at McDonald's, because it was an experience. I worked at McDonald's for 4 years, but I got my associates, and then while in Valencia, I actually figured out what career I wanted to pursue because I was kind of lost when I started Valencia. I realized that I wanted to be a concept artist. And you're probably thinking, why such a specific career? Why not just say I want to pursue some art? Why not just say I want to animate? Well, because I don't want to, I would love to do those two, but I want to start at the base of everything. I want to start at the creation of the animations and the creations of the video games. And looking into the salary and the chance for advancement in my career, I was like, I don't go there. It was, if I love it and it's gonna be successful, I'm gonna go there. But the other thing that really ticked me off to follow this career was I was always in love with the franchise Naughty Dog. Yeah, it's kind of sad they've fallen off at this point, but they were the greatest video game producers in 2016, 2020. Crazy, right? Um, they created this game, The Last of Us Part 2, and that made me fall even more in love. And it has always been my dream to work for that company, Naughty Dog. Now, I may not be working there right now, but I know that if I just stick here for a couple more years and I produce things like no one's ever done before, they will have their eye on me. I am hopeful that that will happen. But in the meantime, there was the transition to UCF. It was a little bit rough financially, because when I was at Valencia, FAFSA covered everything. And when I mean everything, I mean 200% of everything. It was 100% of my tuition plus 100% given back to me, which really helped in moving out, paying for my car, whatever. But financially, UCF stunted me a little bit. My parents were never really the wealthiest. They weren't really able to help me with college, so I had to stick to financial aid. And it's about, if I remember correctly, it's about $6,800 for tuition every year at UCF, and I believe that is what Valencia cost me total for all 2.5 years. And I wanted to go for my bachelor's at UCF. My bachelor's in graphic design. So it was a little bit harder, but I worked at McDonald's and I got promoted to manager after 2 years of working there. So I had that money coming in,